Welcome back to the channel, bringing you the latest news from around the world. First of all, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Everybody is looking for the next big disruption in the auto industry, and today, you're about to witness it. May 26, 2025. Shenzhen. The city was waking up, but inside the headquarters of BYD, something seismic was about to unfold. The world of cars was about to change forever. For years, electric vehicles were seen as the future, but always just out of reach for most people. Too expensive, too exclusive. The conference hall was packed, journalists, analysts, all waiting for BYD's CEO, Wang Chuanfu. The air buzzed with rumors and anticipation as everyone sensed something big was coming. He took the stage, skipping the usual corporate fluff. No lengthy introductions, no drawn-out speeches, just a direct, electrifying presence. His message was clear. BYD was launching a full-scale assault on the global auto industry. This was not just another product launch, it was a declaration of intent. The age of expensive EVs, over. The days when only the wealthy could afford to go electric were finished. Effective immediately, BYD was slashing prices across its lineup. Not just a minor cut, but a sweeping reduction that would send shockwaves through the industry. The Seagull hatchback, already affordable, now dropped to just 55,800 yuan, about $7,565 for trade-ins. Suddenly, a brand new electric car was within reach for millions more. The crowd erupted. This wasn't a discount, it was a declaration of war. The energy in the room was electric. People realized they were witnessing history. BYD wasn't just selling cars, they were selling a new reality. Families, young professionals, and first-time buyers could now dream of owning an EV, a brand new electric car, now cheaper than a high-end TV. The comparison was staggering and it made headlines around the world. The message, BYD was coming for everyone, Europe, America, Japan. No market was safe from this new wave of affordability. The established giants were in the crosshairs. Industry titans who once set the rules now found themselves on the defensive. This wasn't a desperate move, it was a calculated strike. BYD had been planning, waiting for the perfect moment to upend the status quo. BYD was betting on total market domination. Their ambition was clear, to make electric cars as common as smartphones. Wang Chuanfu's announcement was a starting pistol for a new era. The race for affordable, accessible electric mobility had officially begun. The game had changed, and everyone knew it. Headlines blazed across the globe, and competitors scrambled to respond. The world outside kept humming, but inside, the future had just arrived. The shockwaves from BYD's announcement would ripple far beyond Shenzhen. The automotive landscape would never be the same. Old business models were crumbling, and a new era was dawning. The price war had begun, and there was no turning back. The moment Wang finished his speech, financial markets erupted into chaos. Traders stared at their screens in disbelief as numbers tumbled and alarms blared across the world's exchanges. It was as if a single sentence had set off a chain reaction, sending shockwaves through the entire industry. BYD's own shares took a hit, but the real story was the devastation among its competitors. Investors scrambled to reassess their positions, and panic selling swept through the sector. Geely, NIO, Leap Motor, all saw their stocks plunge to new lows, their market value evaporating in minutes. The shockwave didn't stop in China. It rippled out to Frankfurt, Tokyo, and New York, shaking global markets and leaving investors everywhere on edge. In boardrooms around the world, legacy automakers watched in horror as their carefully crafted 5-year plans unraveled before their eyes. The future they'd prepared for was suddenly obsolete. Overnight, the slow, cautious transition to electric vehicles was over. The industry had been thrown into fast forward, and there was no turning back. This wasn't just competition, it was a street fight, and BYD had shown up with a bazooka, rewriting the rules in an instant. Rivals scrambled to respond. Geely rushed out its own incentives, but the move looked rushed and desperate, failing to inspire confidence. The market quickly realized that BYD had seized control of the narrative. Investors flocked to BYD, seeing it as the new leader in a transformed landscape. Headlines screamed across the globe, "EV price war" and "BYD tsunami," capturing the sense of upheaval and urgency. Analysts called it unprecedented, a true game changer, that would force every automaker to rethink their strategy from the ground up. The old rules of the auto industry were gone, torn up and tossed aside in a single afternoon. Wang Chuanfu hadn't just made an announcement, he'd redrawn the map, setting a new course for the entire global auto industry. BYD's strategy was simple and ruthless. Massive trade-in incentives covered over 20 models. The Seagull's new price made EVs accessible to millions. Price cuts hit sedans and SUVs too. BYD's vertical integration let them absorb costs others couldn't. They were sacrificing short-term profits for long-term dominance. Startups and legacy automakers faced a nightmare match: BYD's prices or retreat. BYD was clearing the field at home to focus on global expansion. Their message: the future of driving is electric and affordable. And it's made by BYD. While most rivals hesitated in the face of fierce competition, Ford refused to back down. Instead, they launched a bold counterattack, determined to reclaim their place at the forefront of the industry. In August 2025, CEO Jim Farley made headlines by announcing a groundbreaking $30,000 mid-size electric truck set to hit the market in 2027. This move signaled Ford's commitment to affordable innovation and electrification. To make this vision a reality, Ford invested billions of dollars into retooling its factories, upgrading assembly lines, and developing cutting-edge technology to stay ahead of the curve. The new truck would feature a smaller, more advanced battery, delivering the same impressive range as before, but at a much lower cost, making electric vehicles more accessible than ever. Ford's EV chief also promised game-changing features, like the ability to power your entire house for up to 6 days during an outage, turning the truck into a true lifeline. Ford wasn't just focused on matching competitors' prices, they were pushing boundaries, introducing innovations that could redefine what drivers expect from their vehicles. The message was clear: Ford was ready to adapt, evolve, and compete with anyone in the world, even industry giants like BYD. The fight for the future of the auto industry had officially begun, with every major player vying for dominance in a rapidly changing landscape. The battle lines were drawn and Ford was ready to charge forward into the next era of automotive history. But not everyone was celebrating. Experts warned the price war could push the industry to collapse. Great Wall Motors CEO compared it to China's property crisis. Suppliers were squeezed, quality and safety at risk. Even the Chinese government warned against unsustainable price cuts. The race to the bottom could leave only a few giants standing. The question: can the industry survive its own revolution? For drivers, it's a new golden age. EVs are cheaper and better than ever. Companies must innovate, not just cut prices. Expect longer ranges, smarter features, and cars that do more than just drive. But beware, too much competition could mean fewer choices and lower quality. The industry is being remade in real time. Giants like BYD and Ford will shape the next decade. The risks are huge, but so are the rewards. Buckle up. The future of driving just got a lot more exciting.